Hi guys, the Book Triangle Lindsay here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my signed books. And there's a lot of different ways that you can get signed books. And of course, one of the ways is going to a signing and actually meeting the author. I've been to two major signings. I've been to BookCon and I've been to a Polycon, and then I've been to a few signings here and there. I live in Wisconsin and not many authors make it out to our state. I feel like Milwaukee when I was younger was so much more, like, had people coming, and even concert wise, but now these days I just don't feel like it's a big stop anymore. Not as big as it used to be, but there is a new arena going up in Milwaukee. I think it should be ready next year maybe, I don't know, but so maybe they're just waiting for a new venue. Not that authors would go there, but yeah, I just don't feel like people really come out to Wisconsin, so it's always exciting when someone you really want to meet actually does come on out here. But anyway, so when I went to BookCon, they had a wristband system going on, and in the morning you went in these separate lines. You could only have one author per time slot. There was a lot of different time slots, and you had to try to get their wristband before they would sell out. And two of the most popular wristbands that were there at the time to get were Cassandra Clare and Sarah J. Maas. And well, Veronica Roth was very, very popular too. And I wasn't really feeling the first couple books of Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass series at the time, so I wasn't really concerned about her, but Cassandra Clare was my number one author to meet, and so I was very, very lucky I got one of her wristbands. So a big thing is to do some research about how popular the event is that you're going to, because we got to the line what we considered was pretty early. There's probably still a 2 hour and a half, 2 hour wait to even get into the wristband part alone. The whole event, there were still more hours to go to that, but the wristband part was a very important part. And there were still a lot of people ahead of us, so you just gotta know your event and be willing to wake up super early, and yeah, bring a pillow with you. But I got this edition of Clockwork Angel signed, and again, this is about knowing the signing event, because online for the event it said that to be able to get something signed by Cassandra Clare, you also had to buy a book at the event from her. You could still have books from home, but you had to make a purchase while you were there. So I was there with two other friends, and I didn't bring any of her books, knowing I had to buy a copy, and one of my other friends didn't bring one either. But my other friend, she did bring a book because it was her favorite book and she wanted to get it signed, even though she still had to buy the other one. And we were towards the end of the line because I was coming from a different signing, so we weren't able to line up right away. And they were getting so close to running out of books, and I was about to freak out. I was going to be so ticked off, like, you told us we had to buy a book, so I didn't bring any. And because people were just buying a lot more books than they thought they were going to. The sellers also really weren't that prepared, but luckily I was able to get one, and I own the original covers, so I thought if I had to buy one, I wanted to get my favorite in one of the new covers. And I think they had like 2 or 3 left of these, so I was very, very happy I did get the one I wanted. This is my favorite in the Infernal Devices series, so very, very happy about that. But also another lesson learned, even though there was the rule posted that you had to buy a book, have a backup. I know it may not be easy to carry stuff around with you, because at BookCon we were not allowed to bring wheelie carts via backpacks, so you could check baggage or books and all that stuff, but I'd rather have my stuff on me. So just be prepared in case something like that happens. And also at BookCon, I went into Morgan Matson's line, and she was also another you had to buy it to be able to get in her signing line. And I have read Since You've Been Gone, but I have not read The Unexpected Everything. It's not that I don't want to get to it, I really do, because I really enjoyed Since You've Been Gone. I didn't want to get her, I think it's called Save the Date book, but just haven't gotten to it yet. So I was excited to get that. Kind of went wristband crazy when I was there, seeing how many I could get, but you be prepared to wait in a lot of lines for a long time. The one regret I do have from that is I didn't get a chance to look at the floor, because BookCon in Chicago was one day, when in New York I believe it is actually 2. So I didn't have a chance to explore and look around and try to pick up some more swag. So be prepared. If you're trying to get a wristband for all different time slots for an event, you're not going to have a lot of time to do anything else, especially if you're not at the front of those signing lines. Another book I was really excited to get at BookCon was An Arc of Gemina by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, the second book in the Illuminate File series. And this was an impromptu get. My friends and I had one plan, but we had VIP passes and we were super close to the front of the line to getting into the event that we decided to make a beeline for the Penguin booth, and they only let so many people in, and there were 4 because they're a duo. There were 4 authors in there, and you got to choose 2 of the 3 authors' arcs, and this was just super, super fun to have. Let's see, going back to still signings, talk about different signings at BookCon. I didn't get this one signed at BookCon, but I have all of just the regular books, not the novellas, of the Dorothy Must Die series books signed by Danielle Page, because I met her at BookCon and I got a book signed, and I will go into more detail about the other books and where I got them signed in a little bit. But now I could go into some of my ApollyCon books that I got signed, and I was so excited to meet the Aaron Watt duo, which is Elle Kennedy and Jen Frederick. Jen is Aaron because she likes Aaron Rodgers, and Elle Kennedy is Watt because she likes JJ Watt. So I thought that was a really fun way that they came up with their writing name. And I know this is by 2 authors, but there was only one there, and I got to eat Penelope Ward and Jay Cronover, which was super, super fun. There was a book, well, not just a booklet, but a signing limit of 5 items. So again, it's knowing your information of the event you're going to. But Jay was so nice. I had 2 batches of books for Jay because I wasn't sure how the event was going to go. I had a pass that I got 2 signings, so just in case if I was able to hit her both days. But she is the type of person to say F the rules, and she did. So I was so lucky, and I got all of my items signed by her in one go. And I actually had 9 books because I made a canvas for the other authors to sign. So I was so happy that she did that. It was super nice. But then again too, you gotta think of that's taking more time away from people behind me who are trying to get to all the authors they want to meet in a time limit. So on one hand, yes, it was just so jealous that she was just signing everything for you, but you always gotta be considerate of the other fans around you as well. But she's a super fast signer. So I got those. Then I have the Lovely Reckless, sorry, I'm tongue-tied, by Cami Garcia. See, I feel like this happens to me a lot, but I have not read her Beautiful Creatures series. I do have some of them, because when I was really getting into reading again, I was just grabbing all these books that I heard so many good things about, just people enjoying them, friends enjoying them, and I found some at Goodwill, so really cheap. But now I know better. Don't just grab books, grab the ones I'm really going to be interested in. Just book crazy. I'm sure you guys know. But I got that one signed by her. And there are a whole bunch of other authors I met there as well, but I'm just doing a few books in the signing because if I did as many books as I had signed, it would take a lot longer. Then, one of my prized books I have is Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. If you guys don't know, she does have, I believe it's a wrist problem, so she doesn't sign a whole lot of books when you do meet her. There's usually a signing limit, so when you can get something by her signed, go for it, because it's going to take a few times to get stuff signed by her. Another way I got stuff signed is friends going to different events like Y'all West, Y'all Fest, and they kindly have taken books from me before. I've had a few friends do that, so that's how I've also gotten books signed before. Sometimes you can buy books signed, and my friends gave this to me for Christmas last year, Too Late by Colleen Hoover, and they bought it signed, so I was so excited, my first signed Colleen book. And sometimes you win books, and that is a fun way to get things signed. I mean, great winning a book, but even greater when the author signs it and personalizes it. Then sometimes stores have signed copies you could buy, which the last one in the series, something Oz, I don't remember what the name of the last one is, but my half-price books had the books signed already when they came in new. So that's another way, looking out at the stores around you. Barnes & Nobles has editions. I've got editions from Target. Like I said, half-price books. So you just gotta look out for the places that do have the signed copies. And then sometimes you get lucky. I was at Half Price Books. This is $7.49, but it was coupon day, so still have the receipt in there. I only paid $4.72 with tax, and when I got it, it was signed already. Who wanted to give up a signed book? I don't care, because their loss, my gain. And then some of the authors who have been in Wisconsin, we've gone to a few of them, I think 3. It's not that many. Jennifer Armentrout was there, and again, one of the regrets that I have, I wasn't sure on how many books you can bring, and if you know her, you know she has a million books, and I just brought a few of them with me because I wasn't sure if there was a sign limit, and I just didn't want to be someone who had 30 of her books. But now I regret that because there are so many of her books, it's going to take a while to get them signed. So just know the events you're going to, ask questions, don't be afraid to do so, get the information so you are prepared for your signing. And I think in one of these books I had another thing to be prepared for a signing is putting post-it notes. This wasn't how it was, but putting post-it notes with your name on the page that's going to be signed, so the author could just flip to the page right away, and it works a lot faster, and it helps the author just get through books more quickly. So those are just a few of the signed books I have and some of the ways that I have got them signed. So tell me, what is one of your most prized signed books, or an author you would love to meet one day, or if you already had that experience and met your all-time author. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and see you next time. Bye.